Hello, lovers and friends. A warm welcome to Financial Freedom with Honeybee. For those who don't know me, my name is Malwanda Hanabe, and on this channel, we talk everything financial freedom. A disclaimer, a big one: this channel, we don't give financial advice. If you are looking for a financial advisor, please be in contact with a qualified or an accredited financial advisor. Here, I'm just taking you guys through my personal financial freedom journey. And on today's episode, we're gonna look at disposable income. Before we get there, I would like to thank those who have subscribed, those who have liked my previous videos, those who have commented, and those who have sent me corrections on things that I should improve on. Thank you so much. I'm gonna work on those. It's a continuous improvement process, so I'm still getting a hang of this recording, this content creation. I wouldn't call myself a content creator now, but just call myself a novice, somebody that talks about financial freedom. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Let's just get right into today's topic. What is a disposable income and why is it important? So we'll start off by explaining what an income is. So an income is any financial benefit that you get from rendering a service. So this can be your salary because you do render a service to your employer, that is an income to you. So if you are rendering a service to yourself, you are self-employed, you are running a business, whatever money that you give yourself on a monthly basis to pay yourself, that is your income. I know there are other forms of incomes. From if you've already started investing, you can get an income from your investments, and you can also get an income from your parents. Let's say they are donating money to you on a monthly basis, that will be a form of an income. So for a disposable amount, or to have a disposable amount, you need to have a financial source or an income to you, or an income to your name. So if we were to give a disposable income a formula, it will be your income minus your monthly expenses. So whatever change that you are left with on a monthly basis, that is your disposable income. The reason the disposable income is so important is this is the money that we use to uh, build our financial freedom. So this is the money that we're gonna use to get into any vehicle that we want to use for our financial freedom. If you want to invest, this is the money that you're gonna use for investments. If you want to buy properties, this is the money that you use to buy properties for your financial freedom goal. So if you don't have any disposable income, you cannot get into any vehicle. I know you are uh, eligible to get a loan and start a business, but not everyone get loans. Not everyone's business gets approved for a loan. So if you don't get approved for a loan to start your business, you have to work on getting a disposable income that will start off your business. So if you are myself, was not business orientated, so we need to increase our disposable income to be able to uh, reach our financial freedom. So as I said, the disposable income is given by your income minus your expenses. So you have to have an income in order to have a disposable income. So how do we go about increasing that? So ideally, you'd want to have your income to be higher and your expenses to be lower. So you want to have a higher income and a lower, as low as possible expenses. What am I doing to increase my disposable income, right? So I did an audit on my bank statements, and I've seen a couple of patterns that I'm going to share some with you. So the first one that I've seen is I spend a lot of money the weekend before I get paid. And the reason for that is on that weekend, I've got this tendency of saying, you know what, this is the last lap, baby girl, just borrow yourself money, go and buy food or whatever you need, so that when it's payday, there's a lot of queues, so that you don't have to wait on those queues, right? Which is a good thing, but the problem is I lose money on interest. The reason I say I lose money on interest, for instance, if this day is on the 20th and I get paid on the 25th, for instance, right? So I've got 5 days that I could have earned full interest on the money that I've borrowed myself. So that 5 days, even if it's $10, is still money that I would have have it if I didn't borrow myself that money. So that's something that I'm gonna change going forward. Instead of borrowing myself money, I'm just gonna wait for the month end to arrive and then get the money for food or whatever things that I want to buy, and then action them like that. Instead of borrowing myself, I'll just wait for the money that is budgeted for whatever thing that I want to buy. Another thing is takeouts. So there's a weekend where I buy a lot of takeouts, and this weekend is always on the weekend when I'm working standby. So I work standby once every 7 to 8 weeks. So what I do on those standby weekends, I'll buy a breakfast, take out breakfast, have lunch out, have supper out. So the weekend, if it's a Saturday and Sunday, so that's like 6 meals that I buy out. So that's a lot of money. So what I'm gonna do going forward, instead of basically just chopping the whole thing, I'm just gonna look at, in this one, should I buy myself breakfast or should I buy lunch, but not do 6 meals that I do out. So I'm just gonna have maybe breakfast in the house, have lunch out, and then have supper in the house, so that I can reduce that significant amount of money that I spend during the standby weekend. Another thing that I want to implement is buy food per week. The reason I say that is I end up every week or every month with some food that I bought that I haven't cooked. The reason is maybe I'm not craving those food, because some weekend or some week I'm just craving some different food than the one that I bought. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy food per week. So I'm just gonna buy food for that week, and then see if it will be able to save me money or it will be able to take my expenses up or down, right? So I'm gonna work on that. Instead of having food in my fridge that might be there for like 2 3 months, I'm just gonna buy food that I need on a week to week basis to ensure that the food that I buy, I finish. The food that I buy, and I finish. The only food that I think it's worth keeping is your maize meal, rice, and all the solids. Those ones I can keep a little bit longer for other reasons. But your meat and stuff, those I can buy on a week to week basis and see how that works out. So I'm gonna let you guys know how that went. I'll start that in the coming month to see if that will increase my uh, disposable income by decreasing my expenses. And then on the income side, remember we are talking about disposable income, your income minus your expenses. So on the income side, there are things that I'm looking into. I haven't implemented any of them, but some of the things that I'm looking into is to start a mobile car wash. I'm looking into that. I'm just doing the financials now. I'll see if it's something that I'll be able to do. Another thing is Uber Eats. I'm also doing the financial on the Uber Eats side, where I can do Uber Eats on weekends. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when I'm not on standby, I can do that. And then another idea is selling food at the local farmers market. They do host this farmers market every month, sometimes every 2 months. So I'm looking at selling traditional food at those markets so that I can get an extra income from that. I'm also looking into tutoring. I haven't gotten customers, but I'm also looking into that to start my tutoring academy where I can tutor maths and other subjects, primarily maths. So those are some of the things that I am working on. The other thing that you can also do to increase your income is to ask for a salary increase. I know some companies, they don't do salary increases, but it's something that is worth pursuing. So you can ask for a salary increase from your boss, then you can take it to HR and all the other people that needs to sign. If you don't ask, obviously they'll say no. So, but those are some of the things that you can do to increase your salary or your income. And then another form of extra income, you can work overtime. If your job allows you to work overtime, don't overdo it. Don't do excessive overtime, because that will not be good for your health. But overtime, that's also another form of additional amount that you can get to build your disposable amount. So if you are working overtime, please don't use that overtime as part of your expenses for the month. Don't budget your overtime or your expenses. Just put it aside and use it as a disposable amount so that you can build your own personal financial growth, or wherever, or use it for other things that you want to achieve in your life. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today on how to increase your disposable income, how to increase your income, how to reduce your expenses, and how am I doing in those three regards. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next video.